Hi guys, it's Frankie from Frankie Tag. Good to see you guys again. And here we are guys to share my unboxing and first Genshin Impact gameplay of the RedMagic 6 Pro. Now, I just got this device delivered to me, and better late than never. Now, this is the Pro version of the phone, not the regular, which is the 12.256 variant. There's actually the 16.256 GB variant, and I got it in this gorgeous moon silver color. Quick summary of the specs here. We see the Qualcomm Snapdragon 888, a 160Hz, 6.8-inch AMOLED display. That is insane. 400Hz gaming shoulder triggers, built-in turbofan with 30-watt fast charging, LPDDR5 memory, and UFS 3.1. 64-megapixel triple camera setup, game stereo DTS X Ultra, and a 5050 mAh large capacity battery. And so what a beast this is, and we'll jump into my impressions and look at the unboxing of this RedMagic 6 as well. But I gotta address it because it just happened. Guys, we just hit 200,000 subscribers on the channel, so I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for all your amazing support. Reaching this milestone that occurred in a really tough time, just not for me, but for the entire world. I'm thinking about how much the world has changed from 100,000 subscribers to today, but you know what, I couldn't have done it without all your views and support, so thanks once again to all you guys. And now, let's have a look. And so like I said, before we get into the impressions and Genshin Impact gameplay, let's have a look at the unboxing. So talking about design, at 9.7 millimeters, 220 grams, it's a pretty hefty device, and you have this very pronounced design aesthetic powered by Nubia. It's a pretty nice look. It's not my favorite look on a gaming phone, but I do like this silver color. It's very subtle, and it's got this really nice sheen overall, and you have pretty nice cool to the touch metallic edges. I actually like this little ridge here with a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack included, and there we see the speakers, USB-C, and here is the turbofan included in this phone, which has been around for a number of RedMagic phones in the past, and it should keep the device a little cooler, but at the same time also means this is not going to be IP rated. You're going to want to make sure you don't get any water into this chamber. We also have these capacitive trigger buttons here at the top, and overall the design looks pretty clean, guys, I gotta say. And I think RedMagic made a good choice going with this size display. 6.8-inch AMOLED display with a whopping 165Hz refresh rate and a 500Hz touch response rate. To say this phone is fluid upon initial impressions is an understatement. This is just about the most fluid touch response I've ever seen on a device so far. And talking about performance, there we see it, the Snapdragon 888 with 16 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, and we're running Android version 11 with a March security update, which is great to see, RedMagic OS version 4.0, which I do think has evolved quite a bit, and from the previous RedMagic phones I've used, it definitely looks like an improvement. That said, I don't think it's my favorite Android skin, but you know, at least it is buttery smooth with this refresh rate. With Google Apps pre-installed, this is the first time at least I'm experiencing the global version of this software, and at the very least it's pretty simple, and we should have dual speakers on this RedMagic 6 Pro. Here at the top you see it's front facing, but the speaker here is at the bottom, and of course stay tuned for my full audio speaker test coming soon as well. And last but not least, the classic Frankie Tech camera shot for this initial impressions. Super fast shutter there, with a 64 megapixel main camera. That looks pretty good. I think it should capture a lot of detail, but looks pretty solid overall. So first impressions of this RedMagic 6 Pro, it definitely is a beast of a phone, and I'm actually liking it quite a bit more than I expected I would, and this really truly does feel like a gaming phone. And that is why, guys, let's go ahead and do it and do our first Genshin Impact gameplay on this RedMagic 6 Pro. So I'm going to turn on the shark space. Here we go. Oh my gosh, and do you hear that? Do you hear that? Let's listen closely. Wow, and the fan is on for sure on this device. But now here we go, get some Genshin Impact gameplay. And you know, previously guys, I wasn't a huge fan of kind of the built-in fan. But you know, as time has progressed and games like Genshin Impact have appeared, really pushing phones to the limit, I think there's more of a reason or justification to really have a built-in cooling system, which maybe does include a fan on a phone. And now let's listen to these speakers real quick. Really good sound right next to the mic. Blasting sound, actually. Pretty immersive. And now let's tap in, jump in here. You can see I got the RedMagic gaming space here set up. And there's the Turbofan. We can turn it off as well. But no, let's keep that on for now. There we go. And you can choose the hertz there. So let's go to 165. And let's go ahead and add these shoulder triggers. Gonna move this over to this attack. And the right trigger there to the main attack. Let's try them out. Awesome. Let's go. And now let's go make sure we're set up here to 60 hertz. There you go. You see it. We're at the highest setting on the RedMagic 6 Pro. And this is being filmed right now, guys, in 30 FPS. And of course, stay tuned for the full review where I'll have a more in-depth gaming section here at 60 FPS. But so far, so good, guys. No stutters whatsoever. And let me tell you guys, I can't wait to run that wildlife stress test on this device, because I do think it's going to do very well. Now let's try to use those trigger buttons. Oh yeah, there we go. Booyah! Easy work of those villains, and it's looking solid, guys. And hit me up in the comments, what type of content would you want to see in the main review of this device? Let's face it, this RedMagic 6 Pro has been reviewed to death at this point, so I don't want to waste my time doing a review in the traditional sense. So if you wanted to see an Antutu throttling test, for example, or just more gaming in general or comparisons, do let me know as well. And there you see the GPU and CPU speeds all running pretty well. And let's jump into the CPU monitor real quick too. 43 degrees, 40 degrees. So that Turbofan and ICE cooling system 6.0 is definitely going to help out quite a bit. Let's set it to max brightness now. There you go. No, the screen wasn't dimming there, guys. Just a buttery smooth experience on this phone. And you can hear the fans are really revving up, putting them right next to the mic. And so initial gaming impressions, guys, no stutters, man. This thing is just performing beautifully. Looks like we may have a real gaming champ here in this RedMagic 6 Pro. So that's it for this unboxing and first impressions and gameplay. And let me tell you, I do think this is a very promising device. But of course, stay tuned for my full review of this RedMagic 6. And like I said, do hit me up in the comments what specifically you may want to see Frankie tech style here on this phone. But hit me up in the comments. What are your thoughts on this phone? And are you interested in picking up one of these gaming devices yourself? But hit me up in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. And that's it for this video. If you liked it, give me that thumbs up. And if you love the content of Frankie Tech, subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon for future updates. Once again, guys, thanks so much for all your support to getting to 200,000 subscribers here on Frankie Tech. I will never forget it. And stay tuned, of course, for the full details of this massive giveaway and the details that I shared in the live stream. Go check that out. But of course, stay tuned to Twitter for the full details coming very soon as well. So that's it, and this is where I leave you by saying, this is Frankie Tech signing off. Have a good one. Well, better late than never, RedMagic. Better late than never.